Hi, I'm Angela Howard, host of ION Cequent, a program aimed at giving you a look inside Cequent Performance Products, North America's leading manufacturer of towing products and accessories. This new show will focus on everything from our brands and sponsorships to our customers and community events. Today, we'll tag along as equestrian Stacy Westfall visits the little village of Tekonsha, Michigan, a name she knows, but a place she's never been. And we'll take you to New England to meet a man who's been working in the towing industry since the first draw-tight hitch was created back in 1946. But first, we're going to head to the track. Since 2012, Draw-Tight has been a proud sponsor of Brad Keselowski Racing in the NASCAR Camping World Truck Series. In 2014, Tyler Reddick joined the team. This year, he's the sole driver of the number 19 Draw-Tight Ford truck. At just 19 years old, Tyler is one of the youngest drivers on the NASCAR circuit, but he's no novice when it comes to the sport.
My father raced when I was very young, and I got to go to the racetracks with him on the weekends and watch him race on a weekly basis.
When he was just 4 years old, Tyler himself began competing on dirt tracks. As his confidence grew, so too did his list of accomplishments, which includes 5 Rookie of the Year titles, 3 national championships, and more than 120 career wins. By 2013, Tyler caught the eye of Sprint Cup champ Brad Keselowski and was signed by BKR, or Brad Keselowski Racing, to compete in the Camping World Truck Series on the NASCAR circuit. But the transition from dirt to asphalt wasn't easy.
I felt like the first couple races were a bit of a struggle, but it was something that we actually got better at quite a good rate, and we had good speed. It just took time to get used to the ins and outs of the longer races that I wasn't used to or accustomed to on the dirt circuit. A lot of people don't see us as being a real standout for the championship, but I feel if we play our cards right and we drive smart with our head on our shoulders, we should be able to have a great shot at the championship this year.
The 2015 season kicked off in Daytona, and if that race was any indication, we would definitely agree. Tyler qualified third in the NextEra Energy Resources 250, and ran near the front of the pack for most of the 100-lap race. Cheering him on were nearly 200 of Draw-Tight's biggest customers who were in town for Cequent's annual Hitch Pro conference. Among them was Nick Bonallo from Lampert Hitch in Denver, Colorado. Bonallo enjoyed much of the race from pit road and snapped this photo of Tyler's burnout after the 19-year-old took the checkered flag that Friday night. The photo now hangs proudly in the shop at Lampert Hitch. Meantime, Tyler continues to be a points leader and is consistently in the top 5 when the checkered flag comes down. We turn the tables now to a man who's been around long enough to see many changes in his day, especially as they pertain to the towing industry. At 91 years old, Saul Gurman has stories for miles, but some of the most interesting, perhaps, are his earliest memories of the hitch as we know it today. The year was 1946. World War II was over, and 23-year-old Saul Gurman was a civilian once again, fresh out of the service, making $25 a week as an associate at Mako's Automotive Store in Salem, Massachusetts. That same year, Draw-Tight was born.
Back then, the only thing you could buy in the way of a hitch was a clamp that fit over the top of the bumper and the bottom of the bumper. It was a jaw with a ball mount. And after towing once or twice, you had to take a wrench and tighten up the jaw, and you started compressing the bumper.
Saul figured there had to be a better way to tow, and started speaking with a rep from one of the hitch companies.
If you could only make a bar just underneath the bumper, and then pick up the crossbeam, put an L bracket on there in the shape of the bumper, you'd have a custom hitch.
Just 2 years later, custom hitches hit the market. But Saul and Draw-Tight didn't hitch up until some years later.
And in '63, that's where I married Draw-Tight.
Within 5 years, he became the Draw-Tight sales rep for Maine, New Hampshire, and Vermont, all while continuing to work at longtime employer Stevens Automotive.
I was wearing 2 hats between 67 and 69. Wherever we made a cold call, we would first say we represented draw tight. If we got nowheres pitching draw tight because they were too far away, I would say to them, wait a minute, and I'd do a 180 or 360, hand them Stevens Automotive card and say, hi, I'm from Stevens Distributors at Stevens Automotive. We distribute draw tight. We deliver. And it worked real well.
Saul continued in the hitch business even after his stint as a sales rep for Draw Tight came to an end. And into the 80s, he was still well respected in the biz.
In '84, I believe was the first year that Draw Tight invited myself, Franklin Trailer, Handyman, people from Tennessee, Arlington, then a big guy down in Texas. They brought in about 12 of the best accounts in the country, and we sat down, and nobody talked about when are you going to give us a better price. I mean, everybody acted like a real businessman.
Saul, why have you remained so loyal to Draw Tight all these years?
It's the best damn hitch made. They had the best of everything.
Horse trainer Stacy Westfall is known around the world. For years, she and husband Jesse lived and trained horses at their home in Mount Gilead, Ohio. Now they travel across the country, taking their training to the horses instead of having the horses come to them. A few years ago, Stacy teamed up with the Cequent brand Tekonsha, but she had never been to any of Cequent's facilities. So on a recent trip to Michigan, it was only fitting that the cowgirl pay a visit to the village of Tekonsha before heading back out on the road. With her 4-horse trailer in tow, Stacy Westfall pulled into the parking lot of Cequent's Engineering and Distribution Center with a smile on her face. It was mid-March and the world-renowned equestrian was visiting the village of Tekonsha for the very first time. The brunch time meet and greet was set up for CPP employees and members of the community, beginning with donuts and juice and ending with photos and autographs outside by the trailer. After a big group shot out back, Stacy loaded up the truck and headed to CPP's headquarters in Plymouth to do it all again. Stacy is best known for competing in and winning the 2006 All-American Quarter Horse Congress, riding bareback and bridleless, a performance that propelled her to international fame and landed her an appearance on the Ellen DeGeneres Show. In 2011, Stacy was contacted by Cequent's Vice President and General Manager of Engineering, Marsha Albright, to represent the company's Tekonsha brand.
We've actually been using your product for years. I just wasn't aware, so when she said, what we want to do is bring more brand awareness, I'm like, I can see that. and I think I can help you with that.
After her presentation in Plymouth, Stacy chatted outside with employees and community members, signed autographs, and posed for photos. Then she was on her way. But since life's a journey, you can be sure she'll stop often. Join us next month when we sit down for a one-on-one interview with Sprint Cup champ and team owner Brad Keselowski to talk about family and paying it forward. Thanks for watching ION Sequent.